Hey guys, let's take a look. Now we're in the 80s. Here we go. Okay, units of measure. We're going to knock this out and let's just go right to the examples here. The first one is add 2 feet and 12 inches. Find the answer in both feet and inches. Well, obviously we can look at this and go 2 feet. Each foot is 12 inches. So that's going to be 2 times 12. That'll be 24. Add that to 12 inches. That'll be 36 inches, right? Or what we could do is find the answer in just feet. Well, we know that 12 inches is a foot. 2 feet plus 1 feet equals 3 feet. 3 feet. Make sure you have the S there. You know, mom or dad asked, just say it's okay. 1 foot plus 2 foot is 2. Actually, it should be foots, right? It should be foots. 3 foots is the answer. Okay. All right. Thank goodness you're homeschooled. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Multiply 6 feet by 4 feet. Now this is kind of weird. 6 feet? How do you multiply 6 feet by, man, I can add 6 feet and 4 feet. That's 10 feet. How do you multiply feet? This is how you do it. This is the literal, this is neat. I never really understood this when I was your age, thousands of years ago. This is 6 feet, like this, right? And if you multiply it by 4 feet, really what you're going to get, just to pretend that's a 6 and this is 4 and all that kind of stuff, okay? You're going to get, 6 feet is a length, right? 4 feet is the length. Let's say this is 6 feet and that's 4 feet. That's just one dimension, right? But if you multiply it, well, all of a sudden, look at this. You have an area, right? This is like a little room, like your little prison cell that mom locks you in until you finish your Saxon math. So here you are over at the corner. You're very sad. There's your little sad thing. Okay. There's your little math book. And that's a big math book. That's 1 page. This is the math book opened up and all these pages inside there. And you're just, falls on you. And then you, over here, then after the math book fell on you, there we go. Okay. Anyway. This is 6 feet by 4 feet. What's going to happen is this. You're going to go, well, 6 times 4 is obviously 24. Yeah. And remember how if you did like this, you went 3 times 3? You could say, of course, that's 9. But you can also say that is 3 to the what power? The second power, right? In other words, 3 squared, you would say. Okay. Well, the same exact thing happens with this. No different. 1 foot to 5 times another foot will be feet. But that's to the second power, right? So sometimes we'll say square feet. And that's exactly what this is. That's the origin of this. So 6 times 4 is 24. 1 foot times another foot. In other words, if you have a square made out of 1 foot and then this way and then that's 2 dimensions, right? That's feet squared. So the answer is 24 square feet. That's how we read that. There we go. Now you know. Okay? Here's another one. You tell me. Look at the one on the left. What can you do to make this a real easy fraction to figure out? The answer to figure out. You cancel, right? There you go. 17 over 17 cancels. You just have 5 over 3. How about this one? Yep. Cancel those. You just have 13 divided by 11. All right. How about this one? Oh, those are all the same numbers. Oh, wait, you can't. Yeah, of course you can. If this works and that works, then that works, right? You got 19 times 19 on the top. 19 on the bottom, well, you're being multiplied, so just go boop, there we go. So in other words, 19 to the second power, that's the same thing as that, right? On top, divided by 19 to the, just say, first power. Well, then that's just going to be 19, right? The answer is that. There you go. And actually, this works for anything. If you have, I don't care, 6 to the second power divided by 6 to the first power, well, that's the same thing as saying 6 times 6 divided by 6. You just go, poof, that's just going to be 6. If you have 7 times 7 divided by, that's going to be, boop, there you go. In other words, 7 to the second power divided by 7 to the first power is just going to be 7, right? Well, it works with anything. I mean, I don't care if it's trees, okay? Trees, let's say tree times tree over a tree. Done, and you just have a tree left. That's supposed to be an E. It's a horrible E. Well, it also works with feet as well, and other units of measure as well. So you're going to see this type of question. Divide 25 square miles by 5 miles. Well, all you need to do is go, okay, Just write it. 25 square miles. Now look at this. A minute ago we did this. We said this was square feet. A little FT, a little period, you make it just do abbreviation. And then the little 2 right there. And that meant this many feet one way times this many that way. In other words, 2 dimensions, this dimension and that dimension. All right? That's what the 2 means. Not just the length, that's 1 dimension, but it's actual area. That's 2 dimensions. Okay? Eventually we'll get into 3 dimensions where there's a height as well. Okay? So what you're doing is you're going, okay, that's square miles. Let's just put an M and an I. Square miles, boom, that's a 2, right? Divided by 5 miles, okay? Now, what you can, if you want to visualize a square mile, you can go, well, that's a mile this way, right? 1 mile. And it's also a mile this way, right? Another mile. In other words, if you had a big old yard, a square mile, man, that's going to be this entire part here. You have to mow everything inside there. Okay. So that's 2 dimensions. So what we can say is this 25 square miles, that's going to be 25 miles times miles, right? 1 mile times a mile divided by 5 miles, okay? That's it. Now look back at this. Remember this? How we went 7 times 7 divided by 7. Yoop, just 7. Same thing here. You can go like this. You can go, yoop, there we go. And then, of course, we all know 25 divided by 5 is just 5. So the answer is 5 miles. There you go. That's all that's left. Okay. All right, look at this one. Now, that's weird. 300 miles divided by 10 gallons? In the world? Well, you can do it. I mean, but look at this. You could go, man, there's no way I can really, how many gallons are in a mile? And the answer is, I don't know. I'm not sure how you do that. But all we can just do is just focus on the 300 and the 10, right? We all know 300 divided by 10, you can just chop off the zeros. 30 divided by 1 is 30. So we can just say 30 miles at the top and you just go, you can put 1 gallon if you want to at the bottom. You don't have to include a 1 if you don't want to. 30 miles over divided by a gallon, or 30 miles to the gallon. That's one way, but that's it. Okay. All right. Try the practice problems on 81. And there are 4 of them. So pause it and give them all a whirl. Come back when you're ready. Okay. You can say 12 inches. 24 inches minus 12 inches is 12 inches. That's A. B, 2 feet times 4 feet. That's going to be 8 square feet. 8 square feet. That's just cement it in your mind. That's what square feet looks like. In other words, when you see FT and then a little 2 right there, that means square feet. Okay? Do C. Okay, well that's going to be 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. If you're not sure why, go back to our little explanation a couple of minutes ago. D will be 300 divided by, 30 divided by 5 is 6, right? So 300 divided by 5 is 60. So 60 miles divided by an hour, or 60 miles an hour. In other words, look at this. Look at D. Forget this screen. Look at your problem in your book. 300 miles divided by 5 hours. In other words, that problem is you drove 300 miles and it took you 5 hours. The question is, how fast were you going? You were going 60 miles an hour. That's just another way to put that. Okay. All right. Give those a whirl today. Try to get at least 25 right. Take a break if you need to. Go back and knock this out. Don't do anything else till you finish this. Okay. All right. See you guys.